What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Business of Strength podcast. I'll be your host today, Dan Goodman, bringing you a quick, actionable episode. Before we get down to it, I have to remind you, we have two upcoming events. The first event is Weight Room Wealth on May 9th and 10th. The first day is going to be at Hotel Nyack. The second day is going to be at Varsity House Gym in Orangeburg. It's going to be an awesome lineup, a big time 1-2 punch, where day one, we're going to be in the classroom and workshopping all day. And day two, we are on the gym floor with an active gym. We're going to be training. We're going to be workshopping in the gym. We've got Devin Levesque. If you don't know who he is, you've been living under a rock. The dude bear crawled a marathon, climbed Mount Everest, sold Pro Mix. Now he's still involved in Pro Mix, but he started Sweet Honey Farms. He's just tied in with some amazing people doing and promoting fitness and healthy lifestyle and making a really positive impact in the health and wellness industry. And he will be here speaking to all of you. And I'm super excited to not only welcome him, but some awesome guest speakers and an incredible lineup along with our team for two action-packed days here, May 9th and 10th. You could sign up for that event at the link in the show notes. Event number two, it's happening a few days before. I mix up the order here, but May 3rd, we're back with the NSCA. Both Joe and I are going to be doing a combination presentation at Monmouth University. We're going to be speaking there with an incredible lineup. Coach Angelo from Seton Hall put together a killer crew, and that's Monmouth University on May 3rd all day. A lot of our team's going to be there. So two ways that you could see us in person, work with us, and get some business of strength education. So May 3rd, NSCA at Monmouth, and May 9th and 10th here at Varsity House Gym and Hotel Nyack for a great 2 days. So without further ado, today's episode. So take a quick sip. Been talking a lot today. Just had to get a quick sip of water, but here's what we got. So for those of you that are brand new to the show, we talk about SWIFT as an interpersonal code of conduct for our coaches. And the acronym stands for SMILE, Work the Room, Instigate Success, Find a Friend, and Be Thankful. And we have key performance indicators for each letter of that acronym. And it is as it sounds. When you're a coach, be swift, get your ass moving on the floor. You're not lifeguards out there. You're there to connect. You're there to instigate. You're there to inspire. You're there to have fun. You're there to build connection. It's not just about your certifications and the X's and O's. Yes, the workouts are important. Results are important, but that is maybe 50% of the deal. And I've had people ask me a lot about this acronym. And I had a buddy who's been on the show and somebody who's no stranger to speaking at our events, Devin Gage. And he said, hey, man, I really love the SWIFT acronym. Have you ever developed anything for people that are in leadership positions in your company, and most specifically for yourself? And my answer was like, no, I haven't. Honestly, no, I haven't. And do I have primary objective with my role? Yes. Do I have non-negotiables with my role of things that I deliver every week to our business? 100%. But do I have an interpersonal code of conduct with how I lead beyond our core values and mission? No, I would always think about, okay, well, I was a coach. I am still a coach, so I'm swift too. But it is a slightly different skill set, and I'm doing less client facing and more people on our team facing. So I decided to take the SWIFT acronym and relabel some of those letters to more specific and pointed KPIs for leaders. So if you're listening to this and you are a leader in a business or you want to be, the next 10 minutes is for you. So SMILE. What does that mean for a leader in a business? What I wrote down here is three things. Number one, be the thermostat, not the thermometer. And what I mean by that is the team feeds off the energy of the leader. And too often times you'll see people that, you see a leader and be like, oh, well, there was no energy on the floor, or there was no energy in that meeting, or, you know, it, it's boring. It has no vibe. The culture sucks. Well, at the end of the day, like the culture starts and ends with you. So when you go and enter a room, or you go and enter the training floor, or you have a one-on-one meeting with somebody on your team, not saying you have to be the only one prepared for that meeting, but it starts with your preparation, 100%. It starts with you walking in with a positive attitude. It starts with you walking in on trying to get things accomplished and focused at the task at hand. So you're not going in there and, saying like, oh, like this meeting's going to suck or whatever it is. And you might think so, but remember, you are the thermostat. You're the one that's adjusting the temperature of the room up or down. You're not the one that's there to, you know, be the thermometer and gauge what's going on in there. Okay. So number two, you greet everybody like they matter, because they do. I don't care if it's an intern, somebody that's cleaning the gym, somebody that's brand new on our team. You're going to greet everybody every single day like they matter. Dab them up, say hello, smile in their direction, give them the head nod, whatever it is. But everybody on the team matters. And lastly, this could be like 1B to 1A of being the thermostat, but control your demeanor. That's really what it is control your demeanor. When you walk into the gym, like when I walk into the gym, I am who I normally am at home or with my friends, but it's amplified just a little bit. I wasn't a humongous wrestling fan, but I've watched enough wrestling documentaries to know that the wrestlers that had the most success were the ones that just amplified who they already were. Okay. Different leaders can have different leadership styles, but generally speaking, you have to be excited to be helping other people. You have to want what's best for other people. You have to have a glass half full outlook on your business. That will help you control your demeanor. And as you scale and grow business, it doesn't get any less stressful, but you should be trying to control your emotions and demeanor and develop a level of veteran nature that it's like, hey, I've been here before. I've seen this instance. We're going to be okay. That level of steadiness I've seen, at home, at work, being even keeled is a very powerful leadership trait. You're in control of that. Okay. Work the room, the W. Be visible, not just available. I'm huge on this. A lot of times you'll hear people go, my team, I'm there for my team. Like they can always Slack me, they can text me. But you have no time on their calendar, or they have no time on yours, and you're hard to pin down. Same thing with clients. If you own and operate one gym, posting on Facebook once a week is great, but do people ever see you? Part of being a great leader is being visible. That is definitely opinion based, but something that I feel very strongly about is you have to be visible for your team, and that's in person. That doesn't have to be all the time, but make time for them on a weekly basis. Spend that 1 hour meeting with them. Let them know that you have their back and that you are interested in what's going on. Walk the floor. Make it a point to walk the floor and shake hands with your clients. Know their names, right? Know some of their names. If you have a team, you should know everybody's name. That's a given. You should know the stories of where they're from, who their significant others are, a place that they want to go one day, where they went to high school. Like these things are important. You have to know names and remember the story of how they got here. Okay. As a leader, it's super important. Instigate success. You need to empower and elevate others. If you give somebody a title, but then just meddle in their role all the time, that is like the quickest way to burn somebody out. If you have a goal to empower others and elevate them, if you give them a clear sheet, a clear on-the-job training protocol, how they can access you for information, let them do the job. Like let them do the damn job. You have to set clear expectations for them and celebrate progress, right? You have to celebrate the progress. You talk about, I'm not, I've talked about it on the show here before. I'm not an expert parent, but I do know this with my son. When he does something well and we highlight that thing, he's more apt to do it again. The same thing applies for people on your team. When it's clear of what you want the outcome to be and they do it, celebrate them for it. Okay. Next part about instigating success is challenge the team. Hang out mini sprints, hang out a very clear targeted goal that they can tangibly see. Here we're open book company. People know what we're trying to do in terms of revenue, budgets, things like that. But something as simple as the 6-week challenge across 3 locations, we said, hey, the biggest challenge we've ever had is 130 some odd people. So we made the goal of 130. Let's break down the door of 130 people. Let's break that barrier down. I'm proud to say that we smashed that goal. We got 166 people across 3 locations for the 6-week challenge, and people were fired up. Yes, there was a monetary goal, but you can see the competitors come out of people that they really wanted to win. It's your job as a leader to challenge the people constructively on your team. The next thing, again, this is like another parenting thing, and I highlighted this already, but catch people doing the right things. You have to be in a mindset of, I'm not trying to patrol the floor or come to a meeting and catch people doing the wrong thing and hang them out to dry. I'm trying to catch them in the act of doing things correctly. And when they're doing that, to coach them in real time. Hey, Adam, that was a great job. I really, the way that you handled that meeting or that situation was awesome. Continue on that path. I'm not trying to find somebody. I'm not aiming to find the bullshit in the business, because if you show up to your business every day, I mean, I'm in my 16th year. If I came to the business every day and I was looking for negativity, I would find it every day, because there's always something to adjust. All right, always something to adjust. Catch people doing the right things. Okay. Instigate success. The last one is coach in real time. A lot of times people print out, and listen, we're guilty of this. You print out a system, you give it to everybody, and that's where it ends. That's where it starts and ends. This is the system. But there's no workshopping. There's no role playing. There's no working through. There's no time to ask questions. There's no revisiting the next month. You have to coach it in real time. Coach it in real time. And as it pertains to, let's say, the director of training, before the new month of training comes out, you should go over the new exercises. You should have people role play coaching those exercises. Being the director of training the first couple of days of the new block, you should be on the floor, coaching with your coaches, making sure that the clients are getting the proper message. All right, coach in real time. Don't assume that people know what you're talking about. Coaching, if you think about coaching on the floor, if you're coaching somebody that's brand new to the gym, you don't teach a box squat or a free squat one time and then just go on to the next thing. You could coach a variation of a squat for 6 months before you advance to the next exercise. So coach in real time and be super thorough. The F, find a friend. As a leader, you must be approachable, you have to be relatable, and you have to be down to earth. Those are things where if you are always on one or on a tear or pissed off, you're not approachable. If you've never coached anybody, you don't like training, you don't train yourself, and you're leading a group of personal trainers and strength coaches, you might not be that relatable. Okay. So this is one that's like, hey, like, let's practice what we've preached, or let's at least been there, done that to some extent, and be down to earth. No matter how big you get, no matter what you do in the industry, remember, and this is something, and most 90% of the time, 95% of the time in our industry, people are pretty cool about this, but sometimes people lose sight that this is strength and conditioning, this is fitness. There's not many people that are movie stars or huge $100 million professional athletes. Be down to earth. Don't take yourself too seriously. Leave that shit out, right? Don't let that type of insecurity get the best of you. That's bullshit. Find a friend. Make connection a priority. Part of making connection a priority is a culture thing where town hall every month, this is a time where everybody in our company comes together and it's catered. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but it's a time for us to learn, connect, and have lunch together. That happens every month, 12 months a year. We have an annual holiday and Christmas party that it's something I don't look at it as a drag. I look at it as an awesome time to connect with people in a company. Every quarter, we go to continued education events, and we could have easily gone just myself, Joe, Adam, Mike, whoever it is, long tenured 10-year vets. But each and every time we make it a point, hey, let's take somebody brand new. We're going to go learn, but we're going to have lunch with them. We're going to have dinner with them. We're going to, go on a 3-hour car ride. Building that connection is a real priority, right? To know the names, remember the stories, right? Make connection a priority. Develop future leaders. I think that's how you do it, right? In my opinion, developing future leaders comes down to one thing and one thing only, is knowing that you want to have them in your company and being on a constant pursuit of education for yourself and education for them, right? Developing future leaders. All right. And last but not least is thankfulness. Recognize effort, not just results. Sometimes there's going to be a new team member that is not going to get results for a while in your business just because they're learning the ropes. You look at corporate environments, and I know we're not corporate, but they might give somebody 6 months to a year to really understand the job. And in gym industry, we're giving people 2 weeks and throwing them to the wolves on a training floor. Recognize effort. Recognize that they are your core values. Recognize that they're on time. Recognize that they're on brand. Recognize that they're a good team player. And if they are those things and you let things simmer for a little while, they're going to eventually produce the result. And if you coach them in real time, you spend time with trying to pull the best out of them, if you set clear expectations, if you're celebrating the progress along the way, you're going to have the results. Sometimes you just got to let it simmer for a bit. Thankfulness. Gratitude is a habit. Gratitude's a habit. Each and every week, we have a Slack check-in. Each and every week, I'm recognizing something that someone is doing that's going above and beyond. Sometimes it might be a one-on-one conversation. Sometimes it might be a one-on-one Slack message. Sometimes I might announce it to the group. But gratitude is a habit and something that I know people watch this on YouTube, but I keep these cards on the desk, and I've seen this from a multitude of people. And if they did it and it worked for them, I started doing this years ago. You see people that have made it famous in the book Giftology, Jesse Itzler, Steve Sims. Words matter. Gratitude's a habit. Send a card every single week. Could be to a client, could be to a team member, could be to a former coach, could be to a mentor, but gratitude is a habit. And that is something you can anchor each and every week. And then last but not least, in terms of thankfulness, lead by example. Appreciation starts at the top. It does. I write a card every week, and you see it's part of our defensive scorecard. Others on our team write cards every single week. It's just part of our defensive scorecard. You see people recognizing other teammates in Slack every single week. You see people volunteering to help one another if a coverage is needing. Leading by example, appreciation starts at the top. All right, so that's what I've got for you. That's Swift for leaders. And I appreciate my buddy Devin for calling me out for not having something like this. And I have this on my computer screen on a dock, and every once in a while, open it up and read it. And this past week, I opened it up and read it. I was like, you know what? This is a podcast episode because it's so important for people to understand and recognize and to have a roadmap for what proper leadership looks like. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And to reiterate what we've got coming up, May 3rd, NSCA Monmouth, May 9th and 10th, Weight Room Wealth. I appreciate you listening, and I hope to see you in person soon. Have a great day, everybody. See you later.